Am I am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since we celebrated Guru Purnima, I would love to start with Guru Shloka. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All the three gods, what we feel, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, everyone is residing in Guru. So just need to bow down to Guru and let this Guru light the lamp of our hearts. दिल की जे देव उनको जलाना है और हमारे मन की अंधता उसको भगाना है. यही मेरी प्रेयर्स होंगे. एंड आई विल लव टू टेक परमिशन फ्रॉम साइन फ्रॉम हियर एंड विल स्टार्ट. थैंक यू सो मच. So masters, last week we saw about Rudra and what happens when he's driving. Yeah, he will see an accident on the road. Even though he has so many questions and he is not from this land, but still he opts to hear to his inner voice, and he just goes to the person who's got hit, and it is an old man. So here he picks him up and he takes him into his van. And also it is discussed about our Indian traffics. And most of the time when one is driving, they're all worried is to reach the destination. And in doing so, they're not enjoying their journey of life or the journey towards that destination they have forgotten. That is what it was discussed. And also, here, Rudra doesn't blame anyone when nobody comes to help, because he does know the the litigities that one has to get into. Each one wants to help, but there are one reason is he's very old, so much he's bleeding, so they didn't want person to die in their car or whatever it is. And we treat death in a certain way in India. Here it is not considered auspicious. Also, it is beautifully mentioned here that mankind is only worried about results. You are going to invest your energy, your money, everything wherever there is faida, isn't it? But they say nature only sees your intentions. So here, the intentions of Rudra are very pure. It is coming from his heart, and he just listens to it and he does what he has to do. He has taken him into his van, and he's once he takes him, and there is eye contact between them, how he feels, all that we saw. And today we shall see what happened next. There's very less content in the slides, so we'll see today. So now, while they're traveling, Rudra attends to his wounds, first aid, we can say. And when that old man just, keeps his hand on Rudra, how he feels. He feels all the plane he was carrying till date is gone within a second. Now they have stopped under a banyan tree. Okay, so that is what is given here. Rudra parked his van under a benevolent banyan tree, which gave him ample shade to them. Also, the lovely fragrance and the backdrop music of 100 odd birds perched on the various branches of the tree made the setting more pleasant than it really was. In reality, they were in the middle of nowhere, with barren land all around, and vehicles passing miraculously without colliding with each other. Traveling in India on a national highway is not for the faint hearted. Yes, definitely. Isn't it, Masters? Let's see what is it given here. Each vehicle moves with a single minded purpose to reach its destination by defying physics and the law of velocity and gravity. So beautiful because sabko, jaldi, jana hai. I don't know, like, we all have, there is overtaking, most of the time, honking, constant honking. If the aage wala car thoda slow hai, to constant honking, for the way. So all that, so beautiful it is explained here. It is not for the faint hearted driving in India, because everyone will not follow physics, neither the law of velocity nor the gravity. So they are driving as they wish. To travel fast and reach one's destination, either speed or sheer bulk or exasperating maneuvering is used. And if you are really unlucky, you could have a vehicle move towards you at a frightening knots an hour with all the combinations put together. Means there is possibility of meeting with an accident. If you can't maneuver properly, within seconds, anything can happen. So they go through life just like that. Here, this driving vehicle is compared to our life's journey in a great hurry. But if you ask them why, they don't have an answer. Why are they in such a hurry? Nobody knows. Is it that something, if they go early, if they reach early, is it something, they have some gift or something is going to happen? Nothing. Nothing will change, masters. But still, everyone is in a hurry. Maybe they might reach an hour or two earlier, but most often those hours don't make a difference. See here, all in a hurry to reach a destination they're anyway going to reach. During the entire journey, the driver is tense. Now, the feelings of the driver, how he is. The driver is tense, making rash moves, miraculously avoiding oncoming traffic, abusing one another, or abusing the other drivers, and worrying all those in the vehicle. Nobody really enjoys the ride. Yes, this is definitely the scene in India, because most of the time when I was in Bangalore, if at all we had to go and reach some place, we would leave early, very early. So every day, whenever I used to sit next to my hubby, I used to tell him, only request him only one thing, he will not abuse anybody, whosoever mistake it is. They within 10 minutes you're on the road, you get into abuses each one. He will show his hand, the other one will show the hand to the other person. So this is how the scene is. It is very common in India. The sensible go off to sleep, means the ones who are sitting, excluding the driver, all others will go to sleep. The wise leave it to their master. See, we are not at all sure whether we will reach safely. So they just pray. जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा करके, they will go to sleep. Others sit praying in the vehicle. The anxious make a nuisance of themselves, and the driver drives on, wanting to overtake, speed up, and be able to be better timing than his boss or his neighbor or the driver ahead of him. See the competition with whom he has. Either it is neighbor, either the boss, or the next who is driving, the one who is driving in front of him. They forget that life is not 100-meter dash, but a long marathon. So beautiful it is given here. Everyone, everyone is in a rush. Does it happen to you, masters? Have you done this? You know, when you're driving, you just are thinking about, mostly concentrated on your destination rather than, what is happening, what is next to you, the color of the other color of the car. ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या? Can you tell me? You can just chat in the box, or you can even unmute and tell. So this is how the Indian traffic is, and so beautifully Rudra explains here. No one is bothered about journey. They just think today if I drive fast and reach that destination, it is over. But life is not so. It is a big long marathon which is ahead of us. So this is what is happening. The sun was about to set, but the two men were in no hurry to move on. It was decided that Rudra would call the old man Baba. Now we'll see. Rudra, he thinks, he looks just like his master and he looks like Baba. So let's call this person, this old person. Okay. Pratyusha ma'am says, sometimes we enjoy the drive, sometimes focused on destination. So most of the time, if we take, yes, ma'am, thank you. So most of the time when we take into consideration, most of the drivers are just, hurried. They're just worried to reach the destination in a, lightning speed. That's what I feel whenever I see, including my hubby. So here, Rudra says he will call him. He decides to call this old fellow as Baba. Now the word Baba has different meanings. Now they are, they are seeing what is the meaning of this word Baba. On face value, Baba means father. Yes. In Hindi or in Marathi, we call our fathers as Baba. Okay. With respect. Especially in villages in Maharashtra, children address their father as Baba, and mother is called as Ai, and father is called as Baba. The word could also mean old man, but spoken with respect. It does not sound disparaging and spoken in Hindi. When you call somebody an old man in English, it sounds as though you are mocking him or being rude. But when you say Baba in India, it means I respect your age and the experience you have earned through living. Surprisingly, this very word is also used to call out to a child. Yes, with pet names. छोटे बच्चों को here we call chotu, all pet names will be there, no? So like that, any child is called Baba, 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 So Baba means so many things. He may be a father, he may be an old grandfather, or else it could be for a small child also. Like when you say to Kate, Baba, no, this medicine tastes like horse shit, but please swallow it. So whenever you want to, lovingly, we can say whenever you are supposed to make the child drink that kadwa, what you call medicine, you can, just call this Baba word has lot of depth in it. So you can just call them and, pamper them and make them drink that, they are saying. Baba means master, the guru, lord of one's destiny. Thus, in India, you have masters known by this word. It means father, guru, and everything. Thus, Sai Baba Shirdi, Meher Baba, Baba Nanak, Kama Baba, Makdum Baba, Baba Nityanand, and Muktanand, and many perfect masters have the title Baba attached to their names. You really are blessed if you can die with Baba on your lips. Yes, definitely. So you can call this name to anybody, even to your, child. Also, somebody says here, the moment traffic jam situation or crisscross, I will try to smile at other people. That is so nice. So somebody is applying spirituality already here. I'm so blessed. So whenever there is, I think Sumesh or somebody, so they're saying they will, whenever there is a lot of traffic jam, they are going to smile at the other driver. Such a good vibe to pass on, isn't it? So let's learn better ways to, lead our lives. So Baba has all this meaning. So I think Maharashtra is a place which is highly blessed with so many Babas. There are so many Babas. Swami Samarth, Dattatreya Pit, and so many Babas existed on that holy land of Maharashtra. It is very, very beautiful. If you just take a trip, there are so many of them. So this is about it. And then, so they spent the night under the banyan tree. Rudra had a few tins of soup, cans of beans and chicken, and he never traveled without his stove and basic essentials. See, I told you last week that all he had was that ambulance, which he had converted it into a beautiful van where he used to live. Rudra never, rented a place here. So he would live, everything was his van itself for him. So he had all the essentials needed. He would even carry the stove. So whenever he stopped, he would, boil his soup or whatever he wanted to eat. Usko garam karke, he used to eat off. He very often spent days in his van, camping on mountain tops or on the outskirts of towns and villages. Whenever he wanted to spend some time alone, but not to be holed up in a stuffy room. He didn't want to go into a room, so that's why he would, what he would do, he would spend everything. He had made all that comfort within his van itself. There were days and nights when he withdrew so within himself that it made no sense to be amongst the living, mankind, other animals, whatever. See, already we have seen Rudra is going through a rough phase. He is in depression. So whenever he had negative thoughts, he would, try to keep himself aloof. So here, last week we saw the same way nature and God don't judge you by your performance or your results. They just want to know whether your intentions are proper, your heart is in the right place, and that you're giving your best to whatever you're doing. Everything else is just pure statistics. So that last week we saw nature doesn't care about the results, but it only will see the um, intentions of a person. So that is about Rudra. Here, the Rudra's intention was just to help that old man. He had battled often with depression and very often nearly succumbed to the enchanting call of death. There were so many times that Rudra wanted to give up his life. This was what the state of mind of Rudra was. The blissful tune that he could hear that conveyed eternal silence, perpetual slumber. He really did want to end his life and sleep and never ever wake up, not on planet Earth or the beyond, not even to hear the harp. He never really fancied the instrument. It is a harp is nothing but a instrument he has. He didn't even want to hear that or ogle at the celestial beauties that frequent heaven. The concept of heaven rammed down the mystified throats of young Indians. No, he just wanted to die and never wake up to any sort of consciousness, whether it is physical, emotional, mental, or astral. He wanted to become non existent. The pain was unbearable. His heart often felt it would tear open with a constant throb of anguish and the unceasing lashing of grief. Tears that welled up never were allowed to flow through his eyes. He did cry, but that was really rare and never encouraged. Tears just like howling wind gushing from some deep void in the cosmos would just gush down, leaving him wrecked and wretched. They came unannounced. When watching a movie, Of course. Okay. Here they have given some instances when we cry, isn't it? So most of the time when we are watching serials, heroine ko achi, they all show that heroine is very good person, aisa waisa, and something happens to her. Some all people around her are all trying to, you know, trouble her. In those moments, we see, what is happening. We under we try to cry. So that is what is his. There's giving some instances: a movie, reading a book, hearing a song, seeing a child embrace the loved one, isn't it? Sometimes there, when we see kids doing that, we just cry because it is. They say, अच्छे वाले tears है, खुशी की tears है. That is what it is said. So, talking of kids, a kid all alone with sadness writ in its eyes, two kids on a motorbike with their parents on their dad, Cartoon Network, McDonald's with kids enjoying themselves with then parents. Too many reasons, or maybe no reason whatsoever. He tried to never let himself lose control, but without a warning, memories of the past would catch up with him, rip his heart, and trample his soul. Nothing made sense anymore. His canvas of life was devoid of color. Now they are, depicting what was his life. Why was he in such a pain? His palate had lost all the sense of taste. He felt like a corpse, but of course, he still existed and he saw his life as an oxymoron. A living corpse belongs to neither world. Planet Earth so often has no use for the living. Thus, a living corpse is redundant, and the spirit world obviously has no use of somebody with a gross body. See here, once we have a physical identity, physical body, we can't enter a spirit world, isn't it? We are not allowed to go to the spirit world. So he's saying he's just like a dead body. He's living like a dead body. He is neither completely dead, because he can't, and he doesn't have this permission to enter the spirit world, because he's not allowed with the physical form there. So that is his state. Only members who possess a spirit permit can enter. Ha ha. This is what it is happening to him. So now here they explain about Rudra, and now we'll see. Here they have, Baba explains here, that old fellow who is there with him. He explains how to eat. Means whenever we are eating, manner in which we should eat is given here. So both of them are hungry, so they just want to eat something. So the old man makes some gesture, pointing to him that he needs something. So then it is given here. Never ever eat alone, the old man said to the Rudra. Rudra nodded. He had heard and read often that one did not need words to communicate well. Now he understood and agreed. You might say that you spend all your time alone, but boy, only a fool thinks he is ever alone. God and your guides, your spirit guides, are always there around you. It is so selfish and ungrateful to eat without offering all you eat and drink to them and inviting them to share whatever you eat along with you. See, so beautiful it is told here. Here the old man is saying, both of them are conversing, okay, but not with words. He's making gestures and Rudra is following those. He's catching up on those. So here it is mentioned so well. There are times, we feel whenever we are close to somebody, or you maybe can call your spouse or wife, whatever, whoever you're with. So there is such a great understanding between you people. If you just see into their eyes, you know what is going in their heart or mind, isn't it? So with so many, we have such a relation. So the same way here, both of them, even though they are not close, but still they have met for the first time, but still they are able to, he's able to catch on with whatever gestures he's making, the old man is making. So he's saying, Rudra is saying, Words are not necessary for communication. Also, when the old man says, you should never ever eat alone. So, what is he saying? To whom to call? He's saying, always you're surrounded with spirit guides. There are spirit guides who are guiding you every time, all the time, most of the time. So, you must call them and call your God, whomever you believe, and offer to them. And then, you must have your morsel of food. So now they have given the correct way to do it. Just imagine your master and your, say, suppose you're just, I have seen this in the Brahmin families. Whenever, the the plate is, so the food is served in the plate, they just offer to the, they just keep little amount of rice or whatever they have in the plate to the side of the plate and then pray. We also in our school, since our school days also, we had these prayers, so which would, address the Annapurna. So that is how you should eat, and it is given here. Just imagine your master and your guides all sitting next to you, and you gorging yourself with all the nonsense most people eat without even inviting them to join in. Just because you can't see them does not mean they're not around you. Wouldn't you say that was selfish and sad? Remember, never ever think you're alone. See, there is beautiful message here in this para. And if you really think you're alone, if you are really under the illusion that it is you and you alone that gets things done, then slowly your guides will leave, as there are innumerable souls who need help and guidance and believe they can be helped from other side. So the guides try to communicate with you and make their presence felt, and then sigh and then move on, and then you really are alone. See, so beautiful it is given. Most of the time, all of us have our own angels, our own, spirit guides around us. We may not, because since we are not vibrating at their frequency, will not be able to see them. But most of them, they are around us to help us, to guide us. So if we don't call them, what will they do? They will wait and wait and wait, and one fine day they will say, अच्छा तुम्हें मेरी जरूरत नहीं है, जहां जरूरत है, जहां जिसको जरूरत है, मैं जाऊंगा और जाऊंगे, ऐसे करके they may leave us, you know. So it is very important to offer whatever we are having, so we are never alone. That is why the subtle message here is that we should never feel lonely in life. Most of the time we feel, even though we are surrounded, this happens to most of the ladies also, because most of the time they're busy with their children, they're busy with household, chores, etc. Once the kids leave home or the husband goes for work, they're left, they feel sometimes loneliness. Even though they are in the family, they feel lot of times loneliness. So this is a subtle message that you should never feel alone, because you're surrounded with so many good spirits around you who are there to help you, who are there to guide you. You call out once and they are back with you. And suppose if they leave you, you can also, just pray, close your eyes and pray and ask for their help. They can come and join you. Of course, only when they feel you really want them to be with you. They are very sensitive, sometimes a shade too oversensitive. It takes all to make even the spirit world. They're saying even they are very sensitive. So only when you call, only when you ask help, they will be able to help you. Baba smiled and Rudra realized it was the most beautiful smile in all of the creation. You really think masters and guides are around all of us? That is what Rudra is asking to Baba. Guides are there around us all. Of course, masters and guides depend upon the spiritual and karmic grade of each individual. It is very important. So listen to this. Those who are very old souls or high souls obviously have more evolved spirits guiding them and always around them. A child going to the first grade has a teacher who is suitable for the child, and a grown up doing his or her master degrees or a doctorate in philosophy has a different kind of tutor. Please, I am not comparing the teachers, only their specialized skills. It also depends upon what the individual soul needs to learn and experience. Thus, there are a lot of prerequisites that determine the guides and the light workers. Your grades determine your guides and masters. Of course, if for lifetimes you have worshipped and served a master, obviously that master will be around you all the time in every lifetime, physically or spiritually, guiding you to move upward spiritually and enhance your karma. You might or not even realize that your master and your guides are guiding and helping you. You might not even be worshipping your master. You might have not even heard about him or her or seen your master in this lifetime. But your master is there for you always, just like a mother who feeds and tends to her child, irrespective whether the child is in the womb or a day old or well into the sixth birthday or retarded or blind or deaf or dumb. It doesn't matter. A million times more intense is the love of the master towards all those who are in his or her protection and clan. That is why we say that the master or guru is Brahman, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. And in fact, the master or guru is God itself, because God, God, G is generator, operator, O, D is the destroyer. So all three are there in that, all along working unceasingly to make certain that the discipline and the devotee grows spiritually and becomes one with God. This is the aim of the master, to make the devotee or disciple become one with God. Now, if you don't mind, can I get something to eat before I faint with hunger and exhaustion, as well as that noise that beetle is making? So, masters, I hope you followed here. Here it is so beautifully explained that depending on soul level, we have our spirit guides. If we are highly evolved soul, highly evolved souls are around, spiritual people to help them and move. Maybe Patri sir or somebody, like that. So all of this. See, what happens is sometimes we have seen they have so many big dreams. All of us have such small dreams, isn't it? All we have is, we must make my son this and that, doctor, engineer, XYZ, isn't it? And I have to take this property this year, I have to buy a house, I have to buy a car. All these are our dreams. What kind of dreams they have? For example, we can take our own master spiritual tablets, GK sir. How are their goals, and how they aim? 25 years he's logged, isn't it? Just to come up with these beautiful concepts of spiritual tablets to give health and address the health at the root level, isn't it? So amazing thought. And his brother, Chandrapuram Shetty sir, building a large pyramid. I see so many people visited my niece, my sisters, my son-in-law, all of them have been visiting this Bangalore Pyramid Valley, and they have been expressing so much joy there, going there. And they're saying so many, there is a rush on the weekends, they're saying. They are giving so much to this world, to build that pyramid. Chandra sir had to give up all his property. Maybe I think he has put in so much of effort there. Such a thing they have given to us. This is the difference between us and evolved souls, masters. So they have so many bigger, to make it happen, whole universe will come and help them. Even for us also, even to because we still are not so evolved, to our level also the spirit guides will be always guiding us. Have you ever felt, say suppose you are in distress or in some point of where you are not able to make decisions, suddenly something happens, and like in a message in your dream or something may happen to you, or strong intuition may help you. So we think most of the time, ha, maine hi ye kiya, hai na? But it is not so. All these people are there with us to help us. Has it happened to you? Yes, masters? Anybody? You can just, raise your, sorry, you can unmute yourself and just tell us. Jagruti ma'am says, it is true. I don't know for which I feel I'll take this. So like this, anyone else? Yes, masters, let it be, little interactive, so that I understand whatever this book is conveying, it reaches each and everybody. In explaining, how to eat, they have given such a beautiful message to us that never ever we must think that we are alone, because most of the time we are surrounded with our guides, our spirit guides, also the angels or whatever, whoever. We can't just see them because we are not vibrating at their frequencies. They're at other level, isn't it? So that is what the message is. Enormous, most of us go to depression. Loneliness has become one of the major causes of depression, masters. So we must understand, we must seek help when we need. So because these people are there to help us, so they won't help us unless we ask. That is the message here. So I hope I'm clear. Anyone who wants to, talk anything, that you have been helped sometimes unknowingly by somebody, or when you need some help, something comes up, we have to serve the whole thali to our spiritual guides as Naivadya. Yes, ma'am. Yes, even my Jagrati ma'am is saying, whatever we cook, even my Guruji, he used to always, I have a physical, Guruji whom I follow from a long time, like almost, it must be 14 to 15 years now. So, definitely we must, whatever we cook, whenever you're cooking, try to have this feel that you're cooking for your guru, or the whoever you believe in. Maybe some will have science, some will have, Lord Shiva, Vishnu, whomever you're believing, and offer that before you eat it. Sumesh is saying, sir is saying, I believe in experience that somebody is there. Yes. Thank you so much. Jagrati ma'am is saying, this is called prasada and is distributed to all family members while taking a meal. Yes, ma'am. Usually what our Guruji taught us was, when you cook that meal to pack for your kids or whatever, you have to just take little bit of it, whatever you have done, maybe chapatis, sabji, whatever you have done, whatever you have cooked, then offer it to the God and mix it up with, the main bowl of food that you have prepared. That is how it used to happen in our, we used to prepare for around 700 people every weekend. So once the whole meal was ready, little bit was offered to Sai. Then they use that tulsi and all they offer, and then the same thing was taken back, and then it used to be mixed with the other, food items. So that was how you offer. That means you're very grateful. You're grateful that you have this full meal today. Yeah, Jagrati ma'am says we can also chant some mantras while cooking. That will make, your meal more precise, or prasadam you can call at the end of it. Satvik, yes ma'am, thank you so much for interacting. I hope since many of them are chatting here, so I feel I'm clear here what we should do. Now we'll move to Rudra and his family. What has really happened with Rudra. We have seen so many times that he is upset. As usual, the dreams made him toss, say, they had some meal and both of them go to sleep. And Baba is observing Rudra. So he's telling, as usual, the dreams made him toss and turn. He missed his kids, earned for them so much that he had to taste. He had no taste on his tongue, no color in his vision, no music and rhythm in his life. He missed them so much that even death would not negate the ache of the pain, was no longer in his heart, but had seeped its way into his soul. Look, I think somewhere he has left everything and he has moved here. So they're saying that it is unexplainable. It has already pierced through his heart, then it has reached the soul. That is the unbearing pain he has. He realized this while visiting the US. He is a citizen of US, I suppose, so it is given here. He had the good fortune of frequenting the most talked about streets and avenues on earth, living the American dream, visiting cities that millions of folks all over the world would give an arm and a leg more perhaps to frequent and absorb. He viewed the most fantastic sunsets and was surrounded by surreal natural beauty, something that always held his fascination. He had both the best of the material and the spiritual world. Now he is with Guru, and it made no difference to him. He might as well have been in his van or in a rented flat or lying down eyes shut fighting the demons at night. He respected American people, those born there as well as those who had made it their home and their zest for life. But for him, being there made no difference. New York, California, New Jersey, and their various glittering, vibrant cities and lovely natural surroundings touched neither his heart nor his soul. And he was certain that even heaven would leave him with a similar sense of numbness. Was that numbness hell? The type of hell that holy books keep talking, and the raging fires of restlessness, negativity, guilt, jealousy, anger, and the freezing depths of constant heartache, inertia, nightmares, and persistent need to help sleep forever. See, they're saying why he's failing because only one thing he has in mind. That is, he has to sleep forever. That is, he wants to give up his body. How come nobody mentions this freaking side of hell? See, all of us are like this, masters. Don't you feel? Just close your eyes and feel for yourself. For the external world, we have one mask where we feel, we are putting up a happy face every day. Once you buy a car, once you achieve something, you show it off, isn't it? But internally, there is, we are fighting always. There is no, if you see the depth of our heart, that happiness is missing, that completeness you say, no, that is missing in all of us. That is what is hell they are addressing here. Why die when hell needed no visa or a dramatic shift of residency? There is no necessity to leave death, may not be leaving your physical body itself. If you feel this experience, if you feel like this, that you're not in a happy, mood or happy, always you're trying to, fight, that itself is hell. It doesn't need a visa or a dramatic shift of residence that is from this world to that world. Hell was there and now hell is nothing but a state of mind. Yes, masters. So this is how it is happening. So this is all when he is sleeping, Rudra is sleeping. This is what he is experiencing. Okay. And this, he, old master who has come to live with him has found out what is going on with him. Okay. So here, why is he, why is he feeling such, deep, pain is because most of the time we are attached. We are either attached to our possessions, We are attached to our children. We are attached to our home, our people. This is why we experience this extreme pain when we need to move on. Sometimes, life may not be fair. So, that is what is happening here. So once, both of them wake up, this as the sun rises, the old man says, "You're a very troubled sleeper." He says, "You kept turning this side, that side. So you toss and turn and moan and groan. And it's strange that for a man who looks so serene and calm, you carry a very heavy cross. Not good, young man. Carrying a cross has done nobody any good. Even my brother was crucified so savagely, but then he was something else." That is, he's talking about Jesus Christ, masters. So that is what he's saying. You should never carry so much of burden. So all this, when he says, he's so astonished. Who? Rudra. He's talking what is happening to him. Without it, he has never confessed all this to him, but still he's talking. "How are you feeling, Baba?" "Better than mule, but not as good as a horse." Haha. Rudra smiled and entered the van to make tea. "Once have your ginger and mint tea, I will be better than horse too." See now, he has even seen that he uses ginger and mint to make tea. So again, he is surprised. "How did you know that I make ginger and mint tea?" "My son, just keep your eyes open. You will learn more about an individual that way than by reading his astrological chart. I saw your ginger and mint packet next to your tea and sugar bottle. It's just power of deduction, son. It is as obvious as the fact that you miss your kids. You have gone through hell. You're a good man who has messed up because you did not want to take certain decisions that you thought would hurt those near you. But then they have used that compassion of yours and finished you with their hate and their venom and their ridiculous allegations. I can read it in your eyes, see it in your face. You know, son, giving a person, please pay attention, masters. This is a very subtle message here, important one. You know, son, giving a person the benefit of doubt a few times is very noble. After that, it is being stupid. And still after that, it is being masochistic and asking for certified help. Never give anybody the power to hurt you, son. Never give anybody the power to affect your peace of mind. That is asking for hell, my boy. That power should be given only to your God and the Master, never to any human being or any other living creature. Mankind was made too much in a hurry to be trusted with something as precious as one's peace of mind. Love everybody, but trust only God and your master, nobody else. Don't doubt, but then don't get surprised too. There is only one being who can never let you down. That is your God and your masters. Sometimes I think God and master can hurt you the most, especially if you have placed all your faith in them and they betray your trust, shatter your fame. This is what Rudra is replying, okay? So next Baba takes us through what is faith. So here, what is the today's message? The today's message is this, masters. This is the today's message. You can see the slide. Only mankind is this we saw. We finished with. I hope all of you are, all of you can see the. Never give anybody the power to hurt you, son. Never give anybody the power to affect your peace of mind. That is asking for hell, my boy. That power should be given only to your God or your master, because that trust you should have only on your God or master and nobody else. Never trust anyone completely but God. Love people, but put your full trust only in God. That is the message, today's message. So I think till here is, is good enough today. We'll see what is faith in the next week, coming week. So we saw the conversation between both of them today. Okay. And here the one first message that is we must concentrate not only on our destination, but the beautiful journey. Okay. We should never hurry or only think about thinking about our destiny. The path to reach the destiny is also very, very, very important, masters. You know, how you reach the destination should be also good and beautiful. You should enjoy that journey. That was fun. And to communicate with people, there is no need to converse. Sometimes silence is enough. They will understand. Thirdly, how one must offer before you eat. Then, fourth one, never feel lonely. Never ever feel lonely, because most of the time your spirit guides, your angels, all are there to help you. You need to just ask their help. And before you eat your food, offer to the God or your master, to all of them who are helping you. Next is this very much this last message that we saw today. Most of the time, what we do, most of the time we feel hurt, pain. Most of us are, you know, going through relationship issues. Why is it? Because we have, concentrated our energy on them. Lot of our energy is on them. When they, go the other way, we feel hurt, pain. So it is not necessary to get so attached to particular people, person, whatever it is, your possessions, whatever it may be. So it is better to trust your God or your master who can guide you, because he has nothing, from you, no expectations from you. Here we live in a world of expectations. So that is why we feel all this. So this is about today's. So we had 6 messages today. So any doubts, or we can get into meditation? I hope I'm clear. Thank you, masters. Sir, can we have music?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Please.
We'll go into meditation for 15 minutes, then we'll go for any question and answers regarding today's session. Close your eyes, fingers into fingers. Legs must be crossed. Before I proceed, I want you to lit the lamp within. Masters, it is very, very, very important. Getting connected to your inner self is more important than all other physicalities. Make your life meaningful. Take a deep breath and exhale. As you exhale, whatever stress, whatever baggages you're carrying, pack them up and unload yourself. As you breathe out, feel from your tummy, all of them you have, unloaded. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. As you breathe out, feel You're tying up all your baggages, the hurt, the pain, the suffering you feel someone has caused you, and unload as you breathe out. Masters, till date, I and you, all of us, always were concentrating only on our destination. Somehow we are in a hurry, even though we have one whole lifespan. We forget to, sorry, we forget to enjoy the beautiful journey. We forget being in the moment, and we only concentrate on that beautiful destination. But it is important to look into your journey also. Be in the moment. Whatever comes to you, enjoy that. Don't be in a hurry. As one of the masters said so beautifully, whenever you encounter any traffic issues, stay calm, because sometimes draining your energy on things unnecessary is not needed. Instead, chant something or start your gratitude for that moment. Whenever somebody bumps or something happens on road which is unfavorable, don't just shout. Whatever has happened has happened. Nothing, no life was damaged. So that is the greatness of Lord. Just be calm. As the other person said, I just smile at others when I am in a traffic jam. Just being in that moment. And just imagine you're passing that smile to somebody who is in tension. The other driver is in such a tension. That will definitely give them that solace. Their heavy heart, becomes very mild. They may smile back. Such a worthless gift you have given to that soul today. Whenever you encounter people in your office, just smile at them. You may know them, you may not know them. Remember, at soul level, all of us are one. He may be your boss, he may be your subordinate. Don't put on those faces. Just smile. That is the greatest gift one can give to each other. That the least we can do for each other. This world needs it right now. Also, whenever you prepare your food, have that Lord's name or have that love that you are preparing that food for your devotee, your God, who will, whenever there are guests, isn't it with lot of love you cook? The same way you cook daily. And convert that into prasadam with lot of love and serve people, your people at home. See the happiness. Remembering the Lord, paying your gratitude before your food is very much necessary. There are so many mantras for, in Indian culture. One of them, which we sang during our school days, and still I do, is Annapurne Sadapurne Shankara Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvati. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The meaning is, if you have more wealth, if you can't take, it's of no use. You're asking for blessing from Annapurna Devi, goddess of food, to bless you always. And she's very close to Lord Shankara or Shiv. She resides in his heart. So just bless us and drive or ajnana from us. That is the meaning of the shloka. Offer to all and pay gratitude as you have food. Do not waste food. As much as needed, just serve only so much and eat it. Enjoy the food with all your senses. The second lesson today was no need to communicate verbally. Sometimes silence is more than enough to understand the other one. Next, don't get attached to anyone, or I can say over attached to your kids, your wife, your husband, whoever it is, your lover, whoever it is, because nothing is permanent here. Don't give them chance to play with your emotions. That happens when we give them authority. So beautifully it was mentioned today. Once or twice, you can allow them to play with you, with your emotions, but not after that. The control or the key to lock that emotion should be with you always, masters. When you give too much of authority to anyone, you will be left in pain. The same way as Rudra is feeling, the pain piercing through his heart and reaching the soul. It's very difficult. Never ever get attached to this worldly world. Remember, you have worn a costume today. Tomorrow, there is one more role play. That day, you need to cast off this, take off this. Whenever you're feeling egoistic, whenever you're feeling it is I who is doing everything, just remember it's a role that you're playing and it's a role that you've come to play. and it is not your permanent place. Every time reminding yourself this will ground you. Don't try to prove anything to the world. If you want to prove it to your soul. Just concentrate on enhancing your soul rather than your physicality or physical world around you. I know it is important to live in this, but now we are learning the ways to get detached and have that detached attachment and move on. Please implement and make your life more meaningful, more beautiful. Do not be in a hurry to reach the destination. Heaven is not waiting for you at the other end. Just live in the moment. Instead of blaming anyone, take the responsibility on your own shoulders. Do not blame anybody for your life. Just come to the acceptance. First is acceptance. Next is the responsibility. Once you completely accept whatever is going on with your heart, it becomes easy. It becomes more or less burdened to take that next step, that is responsibility. It's all very easy to say, but we can do this, we can implement if we keep reminding ourselves what is important in life, masters. Always be in that gratitude feeling. Remember, you may have taken this birth with your choice, but just imagine yourself in the womb of your mother, masters. Just imagine yourself in the womb of your mother. The cord, umbilical cord, supplied the nutrients to you from the mother. Was it in your control? To be safe in her womb, was it in your control? Even when you felt hungry, mother had to eat, and that had to pass to you. To breathe, to eat, for everything, you were dependent. And remember all this beautiful thing of conception of you into your mother's womb, you developing each and every feature with just a ball of muscles. मांस हम बोलते हैं इसको. With that, so beautifully you grew into 2 eyes, beautiful nose, ears, hands, 10 fingers, feet. 10 toes, all the organs. So amazing, Master. So miraculous to think. And remember, it was not you. It was only your choice to take birth. But rest everything happened through the Master. Always remember this. Nothing is in your hands. You're nobody. You're here just to finish your job that you have taken up to learn. Just be mindful of that and walk that beautiful path. I always feel mesmerized to think those 9 months that you were in her womb and how on earth it was decided it was time for you to come out. You know, mother goes through such a hell. It's a rebirth for her. Once we are out, once we are teenagers, we just forget all of this and feel we are everything. There can be no love like a mother or a master. Trust and always be grateful to them. Because of them, there was only one intention of you, but to materialize that, your mother, your master, whoever has created you was responsible. Just keep this thought in your mind whenever you're feeling, high or whatever your, emotions are playing high on you, anger, grief, all this. Let's pray gratitude to this beautiful master who is trying to light the lamp within and drive our darkness away. Guru means the one who takes us from darkness to light, the real world. Till now, we are in illusions. Thank your mother, your father, your parents, your siblings, each and everyone, your colleague, your friends who have made your life more beautiful. Pay gratitude to this breath, to the universe, because it is giving you everything free of cost. More than anything, to each part, each cell of your body. They're working continuously in harmony, 24/7, to keep you alive, to keep you breathing. Let's thank this amazing creation of God, you. And remember, without his will, even the grass can't move. Come back to your physicality, feel your body. Rub your hands, keep on your eyes. 3, 2, 1. I thank Sai with whole of my heart, without whom, without his permission, I can't do this. Also, the beautiful platform of spiritual targets, Ashok sir, and whole of the team. Today, my experience with him, I shall give. Last week, I told you how I met Sain, how I treated him. I will tell today. The very small photograph that my next court partner, as I was living with in a residential school. It was very small one. I still remember it had pink headgear. I would keep, it in the pillow cover because it had become my whole savior, you can say. Every day, as soon as I woke up, I would see his face. I didn't know to treat him or to do puja. I didn't know all of those things. I only knew one thing. Whenever I needed, I had him. When I think how I treated, I feel bad. But I didn't know then. And we were not allowed to worship any kind or any form, as we were all from different religions staying there. And it would be injustice for others. So I just had this photo. Whenever there would be parent and kids get together, I would experience him as my father. Whenever I had to complain about anybody, I would experience him as my friend. So for me, he took lot of roles in his life, in my life, sorry. I think more than anybody, I have conversed with him. And I don't say that, I'm a great person, but this is the experience of a little girl. That's all. Please don't judge me. So if each one of us has our own masters, try to converse most of the time and get the answer from them. And I today thank him from my bottom of my heart because he was there for me each and every step. I was his shadow. I realized that today. Love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity from my whole heart. Any questions? You're open. Lovely, ma'am, you can unmute and ask me question. Oh, can't unmute. I will check, ma'am, one sec.
Energy.
Yes, sir. Sir, you need to unmute those who have raised hand. I'm not able to do it.
Hi, Naina ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful session. I love you.
Thank you so much.
So, as I was listening to today's session, yesterday was Guru Purnima. So I felt like suddenly in the morning, I felt like going to temple. It's been so long I haven't visited Sai's temple. And on my way to the temple, I get a phone call from a very important person who says that, what is the takeaway? Just go there. I thought I'll go and meditate. And I get a call, and a person says to me that, just go there, meditate, and just take a message from there. Let's see what you get it. And so I thought, okay, I went there, and there's no one. I really wanted to meditate for a long time, so I went in the morning. And so I was just suddenly they started the aarti, and they asked me to go and do the aarti. Why don't you do it? So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I went there, and I was seeing Baba's face, and he was laughing. It's a very beautiful face.
Yeah.
And I was asked, and suddenly I got a message, those two eyes, the smile on his face, and a kaftan on his forehead, which is shining very bright with Om written on it, like a sunrise. So now the message which I got was, those two eyes, which indicates, Shraddha and Saburi, patience and faith
Mm.
in your life journey that you do, with a beautiful
Yeah.
smile on your face, no matter what it is. And then you see that brightness of your higher self. You get connected to that. That was all written on his face.
Thank you so
And
much.
sometimes life gives you turmoils. It's like your higher self throwing a bomb, atom bomb, what do you say, what hydrogen bombs or whatever. But that's for you, for your soul evolution, I would say. Definitely you will feel low, definitely. You have your emotional body, you have a nervous system, it gets triggered. But I feel it's very important that you see the perspective of what it has come into your life to teach you. When you understand that perspective, have that faith, you have that patience with a beautiful smile on your face, and then the brightness shines on in your life. So that was my takeaway from that Guru Purnima day, which Sai Baba has given me. And so then automatically, given a day, how many times you have a smile on your face? We're always like that exactly. So I feel like no matter how much you go through pain in a given day, just bring that smile. That's it. And think that face I'll remember for the rest of my life. Sometimes I feel low, but it's okay. I remember that face immediately. So I think that was a beautiful message. I got it. And thank you so much for today's takeaway message, everything, because that how important prayer is for you when you're surrounded by, because this I learned from Fakir, that you are always surrounded by innumerable amounts of masters, your loved ones. They never leave you. They're always around you. You might not see them, but subtly they're always around you. And I have experienced them many, 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 many times. And in this, Baba also says that it's very important that you ask for help. I think it's very subtle message that we need to understand, that asking for help, not asking for help, especially when we don't ask for help many times, it's a trait of your ego. It's one of the traits of your ego. It's like you're not open to receive the gifts from the universe. You are shedding yourself, or you're just closing yourself in that box. Asking for helps require a lot of guts, a lot of openness, a lot of courage. It's not easy. And when you do that, you are what do you say, mixing yourself, or you're culminating yourself into that oneness. You are making the other person, giving opportunity to help you. And that's why Baba says that ask for help. It's not like they are superior to us or we are begging them, but it's helping us to shed our ego, saying that we also, it's an aspect that they are respecting our free will. They don't come and interfere in our free will, giving help when and wherever it's necessary or they feel it. They just wait. Even though we go with a lot of trauma in life, it's very difficult for them not to interfere, whatever master it is, or your higher self it is, or Baba, or God, or whatever name you give it. They just wait, seeing you suffer also, because they don't interfere with your free will. That's the beauty of this human life, that you use your free will at your ability. It's the choices that you take every day in your life that determines your path in your life. And that's what Baba says, that, prayer is very important. It's not like you begging him or asking him. It's like you using your free will at your own choice and you shedding your ego. I think that's what something I understood about asking help. And beautiful takeaways. And thank you so much. And thank you.
You will not believe, lovely ma'am. This is what I learned from this book. That's the reason since 1 year, I had this intense desire to do this book.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed, I feel. And I'm sorry, I have not put so much of content on the slides because I couldn't do due to some technical issues. Also, I don't know, when I sit here, I just get lost. I'm not saying at the screen, I'm not saying anywhere, I'm just focused on that. Because when I read it myself, it is different way for me. When I'm here and telling, it is so enormous for me. My heart is heavy most of the time. And I'm sorry I was a little emotional today explaining my this one, because yesterday was a day after a long time I sat so long with sighing. And I just, went back and I just started recollecting how I treated him, no matter how I treated him, because I didn't know then, but he was there in every step of mine. He's there. I think I have, wherever you make me stand in front of whichever God, even if it is Manasa Sarovara, I will only see Sai. Thank you so much, Master. Sir, there are some raised hands. I'm not able to unmute.
Divine morning. Yes. Divine morning, ma'am, and to all the beautiful souls. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
My heart full of gratitude, ma'am, for today's very beautiful session. As it is one of the laws of the universe, like attracts like. I stay in Maharashtra in Nasik, and I'm very near to Shirdi, where you must be knowing there's a huge temple of Sai Baba.
Yeah.
Since last few sessions, I was so much connected with this Baba, and as you said in the beginning, that there are many Babas in Maharashtra. It's very true. Like Swami Samarth is there. Gadge Baba is there. Then Gajanan Maharaj is there.
Gajanan,
and on Guru Purnima, yes, their energies are so high, so tremendous that mutt or ashram are full of their devotees. And one more thing I wanted to add is that this is 100% true, that even if we just think of our spirit guides, we immediately get connected. Initially, I never believed in all this. I used to say that what invisible things, how can they affect our life? I was a murti pujak, just worshipping in the temples and murtis, idols in the home. But this is more powerful, as it is said that as more subtler we go, it becomes more powerful. So this is 100% true, that we are always connected, surrounded by our spirit guides. We just have to pray them in silence, no need of uttering a single word, and we are connected. Actually, we are already connected with them. It works within seconds. I'll tell only one example. I was going with my friends to a program, and we were a bit late. My friends, they were shouting that because of you we got late and all this, that and all. I told just wait, and I didn't tell them anything, and for only 5 seconds I just closed my eyes and I prayed that please the program shouldn't start before we reach. As we reached, after our reaching, after 10 minutes the program started, and they were so amazed, they thought, oh, such miracles can also happen. Then I told, yes, we have to practice and we have to stay connected with our spirit guides.
Yes, ma'am.
Miracles are yes, these are I never used to believe initially, but once I started practicing this, we have to be very sincere and consistent. And daily we come across miracles, such miracles, especially when we are in tight corners, like when we are in critical situations. We just have to be silent and have patience and
Yes.
surrender to the universe, to our spirit guides. And everything happens, whatever we think, it happens in a much, much better way. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much for the beautiful start of today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sharing.
Yeah, Upendra sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Renaji. Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful Fakir book reading. And I couldn't but resist sharing. Whenever I have a challenge in life, I look to Baba. I said, Baba, uh, please help me. So I want to share one story. When I was a state legislator, I had a family used to come. One woman who was like waist down. She was disabled, and so she came in a wheelchair. And father used to come, and they said, I thought they needed help because one of the sisters passed away in an accident. They're twin sisters, and the surviving sister came to my office. And I thought maybe they needed help, charity care help. So I said I could help them. I tried to help them, and they said, no, we came for immigration. I said, I'm only a state official. I have nothing to do with immigration. But they used to make appointment every few weeks, and then come, and I never refuse anybody, so they used to come and meet with me. And it went on for a few months. And one day I was every day I walk my dog. I had a little dog, and I walk my dog. And one day I was saying, Baba, why are you testing me like this? Why are they keep coming and I cannot help them? Why are you doing that? And suddenly an idea came to me. And so I called the immigration. I have a friend who works in the immigration. So I called and said, this is a particular situation. I'm sure there must be some rules that allow them to get some kind of a help. And he said, yes, there is a way to do that. And getting it through an attorney, trying to get them the not only work permission for 2 years, which can be extended 2 more years. It's like a work authorization. And I was able to, it's not me, it was Baba doing through me. And so I was so happy. I said, I never imagined as a state official, I could have any influence on immigration, but I was able to help that. So we never know how Baba comes to your help. And all you have to do, I keep chanting Om Sai Sri Sai, Jai Jai Sai, that's it. And helps every day. I chant many times. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. See, until you helped, they didn't move. Sometimes Baba is very naughty. I will give you my experiences, so many are there as we move ahead. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hello.
Indu ma'am.
Yes, sir. Hello, Nana ma'am. Thank you so much. It was a very, very beautiful session, and I'm kind of little, like always confused about this whole thing, like as to asking, from your higher self. I don't know whether my question will make sense or not, but then I always feel that I always have this, I don't know, fear is the right word or not, but then I feel that if I ask something from, like from Baba or from higher self or from whosoever you have faith in, uh like isn't it like if you have faith in them, then then don't they know the best, what is best for you? Then won't asking anything be redundant? Like, why do we ask? Like, they already know that whatever is the best for us, and they'll do it. So
First of all, ma'am, when you ask, it is not it is not at all begging or something like that. It is asking for strength to go through whatever you're going through.
No, 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 it's not. I'm so sorry, ma'am. It's not begging. I'm not beg. Like, it's not the
No,
begging
no,
part
no.
of
I'm
it.
telling, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm telling, I'm coming to your point. Whenever you ask anything, whatever you ask, it is always in the form of strength you're asking. Okay. We must remember. Because when we go through critical times, we need a lot of strength. Inner strength we need. So we are just asking them to be with us. Okay. As Ravli ma'am said before, unless we ask, they can't interfere. It is our free will. That is what free will, comes into picture here. Whenever we ask, that's clearly mentioned here. Unless we ask the spirit guides or whoever is around, whoever is higher self, whoever is God, we are asking for, they can't do anything. They can be just be with us and be our strength. I think that is what we feel. Because each and every one of us needs that strength, that time, not to give up.
Right, ma'am. That's a major takeaway for me from this today's session. It was really a major takeaway. Thank you so much for this.
My pleasure, ma'am. Yeah, Ravli ma'am can add on. Yeah.
Yeah, Indu ma'am, just as Naina ma'am mentioned, when you ask, you're asking for strength, you're asking for wisdom, and you're asking for love at that point of time to pass through that experience that you're going through. You need strength, you need wisdom, and you need lots and lots of love to go through that process. So that's when you ask. Okay, yeah. So that when you ask that is the thing that is required. Here we are not asking any materialistic things or anything. Here we're just asking for that support and that love to be covered. So that is the point I just wanted to ask. And there is always free will, because that is a respect that your higher self, your spirit guides, and everyone is giving to you for that soul to go through that journey. None of them can interfere in your life unless you ask. So that is very important. Yeah. Thank you. Naina ma'am, anything you can?
I think that is enough. Most of the time we think we are asking for materialism. I think more than materialistic this, we always need strength, because every day, every day we have challenges in our lives. So I think asking is here, asking for their strength or their support to be with us. Other humans, we can't trust, or, that solace when I'm in that great critical moment, everything is going to be okay, is more than enough, I feel. I think that is what it is. Yes, Jagrati ma'am, we have to be grateful for everything that we are given, which we have forgotten, I think so. Anybody else?
Just to add the last point, Nainaji, when you
Yes,
go
sir.
to the temple, when you see Sai Baba, when you see his idol, when you see you in him, that is the ultimate. Because that's when because from the last 1.5 years, I have not been to the temple, but I started going to the temple from the last, I think maybe 1 or 2 weeks. So when I went there, that is what I am feeling, because whenever I see him, I just see me in there. And so start trust yourself and have a faith and confidence on you, that automatically, because when you go to the temple, when you see Baba, then you have that, when you are looking at it and you just feel inside of you that, then you will have that strength. Thank you. Just to add that. Thank you very much with your beautiful message and the class. And thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all the divine souls here. Thank you. Immense gratitude to all of you. Because of you, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and beautiful session as usual. And masters, we are going to have a beautiful meditation class tomorrow.
So we can't hear you.
And hear me?
Yes, now we can hear.
Okay. Yeah, thank you all, and have a good night and have a good day, and see you all tomorrow at the same time. And we are going to have a beautiful meditation class tomorrow. And if Snehaji is not coming, then we are going to have someone else is going to take the class tomorrow. We'll see, and then I'll post the class tomorrow. Okay. Because Snehaji is in travel, and I'm not sure whether she is going to be coming. But if not, then we'll see that what we can do. Thank you all, and have a good night and have a good day. Thank you, Nainaji. Thank you. Beautiful session.